Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today's weather window from this afternoon, it looks like our day today with a little bit of sunshine at times, lots of clouds out there as well. We saw a pretty rainy morning and then it started clearing out for us this afternoon. This is from our Jump Off Ridge Sky-Fi Tower camera looking back at the mountains and parts of the Wenatchee Valley. And that's kind of our situation today, and that'll be our situation tomorrow. But tomorrow we will see windy conditions. We have low pressure and high pressure very close together, and that tightens those isobaric pressure lines. And we will see plenty of wind tomorrow, 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts in the Wenatchee area, 40 to 45 miles an hour wind gusts in parts of the Columbia Basin tomorrow. In fact, a high wind watch is in effect for those areas you see there in kind of that rusty color on that map in the lower right-hand corner. So if you're traveling that way along I-90 or the Highway 2 corridors tomorrow, be very careful. It's going to be a windy one. We'll talk much more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. 4 dogs suspected of mauling a Wenatchee woman while she walked on Number 2 Canyon last week are in quarantine. A Wenatchee man is in jail for allegedly stealing the same car twice this week and then trying to sell it. And then another Wenatchee man is jailed after allegedly threatening fellow house guests with a BB gun and attacking them with a club. But first, we begin tonight. A driver apparently fell asleep Thursday afternoon on Highway 2 near Orondo, causing a 3-vehicle collision that hospitalized 2 people. Trooper John Bryant of the Washington State Patrol said 60-year-old Michael Townsend of Omak was driving a 2010 Pontiac sedan eastbound about 1:20 p.m. when he crossed the center line and clipped a westbound 2014 Toyota Highlander. Townsend's Pontiac then collided with the 2014 Subaru, which was driven by 58-year-old Tammy Long of East Wenatchee. Bryant said Townsend and Long were both transported to Central Washington Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Long reportedly suffered a fractured arm. The driver of the Toyota and his passenger were not injured. The highway was closed down about 10 miles north of Wenatchee for about 45 minutes while the scene was cleared. Townsend was charged with second-degree negligent driving. 4 dogs suspected of mauling a Wenatchee woman while she walked on Number 2 Canyon last week are now in quarantine. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society reports the dogs were found and impounded 5 days after the January 23rd attack, in which the victim said she was badly bitten after the owner released the dogs from his car. Because they have no vaccination record, they'll remain quarantined for 10 days. Criminal citations against the dog's owner are possible. A Wenatchee man is in jail after allegedly stealing the same car twice this week and then trying to sell it. Dylan Andrew Rice, who's 28, is accused of stealing a Honda Civic from Cashmere Street on Sunday, abandoning it, and then stealing it again after it was returned to the owner. On the second theft, Wenatchee police say Rice took the car on a joyride to Chelan and then tried to sell it to a relative. Police arrested him Thursday after they spotted him driving the car near 5th and Princeton Streets. He allegedly admitted to those crimes. Meanwhile, a Wenatchee man is jailed after allegedly threatening fellow house guests with a BB gun and attacking them with a club. 41-year-old William McClellan Davis allegedly came to a home on Walker Avenue early Wednesday where some acquaintances lived, and then he refused to leave when the party broke up around 8:45 in the morning. Witnesses told Wenatchee police Davis brandished a realistic-looking BB pistol and swung a wooden baton, injuring 2 people. Police say they'll seek 2 charges against Davis of second-degree assault. Coming up next, a Central Washington University student who traveled abroad is now undergoing tests in Ellensburg for the coronavirus. And speaking of that, at first glance, the interactive map of the coronavirus spread appears to show a case right here in the Wenatchee Valley, but looks can be deceiving. And Ramon Rivera, who raised the Wenatchee School District Mariachi program to national prominence as its director, has now accepted a job with Mount Vernon High School. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In another news, a Central Washington University student who traveled abroad is now undergoing tests in Ellensburg for the coronavirus. That's the flu-like illness that's affected almost 10,000 people in 23 countries. The Kittitas County Public Health Department says the student went to the CWU campus clinic showing signs of illness and is now in isolation awaiting test results. Those should be known in about 48 to 72 hours. The health department will also monitor people who've had contact with that person. So far, all of the estimated 213 deaths from the coronavirus have occurred in China. The U.S. State Department on Thursday advised Americans not to travel there. Well, at first glance, an interactive map of the coronavirus spread appears to show a case in the Wenatchee Valley, but looks can be deceiving. Only one case has been verified in Washington, and that's in Snohomish County. But the interactive map from Johns Hopkins University places a locator called a centroid at the geographic center of Washington State, which happens to be near Winton and Coles Corner in the neighborhood of Lake Wenatchee. No coronavirus there. As of Friday, there have been 6 cases confirmed in the entire United States. Ramon Rivera, who raised the Wenatchee School District Mariachi program to national prominence as its director, has accepted a job with Mount Vernon High School. Rivera took a leave of absence from his Wenatchee job in November to focus on his 3rd grade son, who has high-functioning autism. He said the Mount Vernon area is better suited for the challenges his son faces. Rivera will lead the mariachi program at the high school in Skagit County, which will now be separated from the band program under his direction. He'll start work in the fall. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway or visit chartercollege.edu.
We're almost to pageant time, visiting with
Evening News. Here we go. The 2020 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant is a little over a week away. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Eric Granstrom caught up with festival administrator Darcy Christofferson, who explained just what the girls are going through right now and what goes into making the pageant a success.
We're almost to pageant time, visiting with Darcy Christofferson, the festival administrator for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. We're here because we wanted to set the stage. The girls are working hard. We're a little less than 2 weeks away now.
We are. They're working very hard. This is kind of their crunch week. This is where the girls are a little bit more stressed out. Their speech has to be done. They meet with some speech professionals on Wednesday, and that's when it really gets serious for them. So this is kind of more the stressful week, and then the following week is all about pageant.
That's one thing that people that don't know what's happening behind the scenes. There's so much that these girls are going through over the course since they're announced as top 10 to get to the pageant, right?
Yes, absolutely. We kind of create a timeline for them. So we have a speech timeline where they have to have their speech written, have to have it memorized, and then we have a gown timeline where they have to have their gowns picked out, and we meet with them and tell them what needs to be done with jewelry and if their gown needs to be shortened or lengthened or whatever. And then we also have an interview outfit timeline. So they have to have an interview outfit for Saturday, February 8th. The whole day is being interviewed with the judges. So they have 3 separate timelines that they have to keep track of and memorize a speech and still go on tours and then be coached by our coaches. So it's a very stressful time for them, definitely.
Now, tickets are on sale still, but they're going fast. Can you give us a little insight about what we're going to see on pageant night here? Because you guys do a wonderful job of intertwining the musical and everything else that's going on.
Well, this year we're totally intertwining the musical. The musical for the Apple Blossom musical is Mamma Mia. So we, of course, love Mamma Mia, and this age group loves Mamma Mia. So that is our theme for pageant. So we will be using the Mamma Mia cast throughout the whole show, which will be great. And then their ending is amazing. All 50 cast members will be here for the end of pageant. So
that's incredible. All the girls have to do, aside from memorizing their speeches, but the choreography and everything else that goes on with the entrance and the entire pageant. It's quite a show.
It is, and their opening number is a Mamma Mia medley, which Fabulous Feet Dance Studio choreographed for us. And like you said, they have to kind of learn a little bit of a dance number. It's not that hard, but it's still an added thing that they have to learn, and some of them have never done that before. So it's a huge step for them to not only get on stage, but then have to dance. So, and they have escorts that they chose themselves. So those boys are a part of the opening number also. So it's been fun for them to also step out of their box and have to dance a little bit.
Now, we're going to have the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant here live on the NCWLIFE channel. We're actually going to do some fun things that day. We'll tell you more about that coming up a little bit later on. But in the meantime, tell us how we get tickets for the pageant.
So we only have 1 row left in the lower level right now, and you can do that. You can purchase them online at appleblossom.org, or you can come by the festival office at 2 South Chelan Street. We're open 9 to 5.
All right. With the NCWLIFE channel, I'm Eric Granstrom.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we get to those details, as we always do, let's take a peek outside our weather window. This looking at downtown Wenatchee from the Cascadian, looking, of course, toward the foothills of the Cascades. We are still seeing, we did this afternoon, some lower clouds, some blue sky out there too. So we did see a peek or two at the sun today after that morning light misty rain that we saw around the area. And high temperatures today unofficially. Pretty darn nice out there at Pangborn Airport unofficially. 40 degrees our high temperature today, and that's still way below what we thought it would get. We thought we would see a lot more wind. That could come up late in the day, early evening, but it just didn't warm our temperatures up all that much. 40 our high, 38 is normal. 33 is where we started our day this morning. 26 degrees is our normal low. Record high, 60. How about that? 1971, record low in 1996. It was 9 below zero. We did pick up another 1/100th of an inch of moisture. We're now at 1.10 inches for the year. That's since January 1st. 7:28 sunrise. Sunset now is after 5 o'clock at 5:01. Let's take a look and peek at what Saturday holds for us as far as weather goes. Once again, if we see that wind, we are going to get very warm in the afternoon for our Saturday. Wind will blow for Moses Lake in 56. 56, 55 in Ephrata, 53 in Quincy, 48 in the Wenatchee area tomorrow, 47 Cashmere, and 47s as well, Eniat, Chelan, and up into Omak. So we need a little bit of wind, though, to get those temperatures into the upper 40s. Many of us will be happy with 40 degrees and no wind. Now surface loop time, and we'll show you what we can expect the next 7 days. Mostly cloudy tonight and mild. We're going to see lows around 40 tonight, 30% chance for rain, and here we go. Breezy conditions. Pinks and purples are very windy areas on our map, and that's us right here in the center of the state. We're going to stay that way on Saturday. In fact, tomorrow even windier, a 60% chance of rain. We'll see a steady west wind, 10 to 20 miles an hour. There's that rain shower activity we expect, and it will be warm. I just showed you that with high temperatures, upper 40s to almost upper 50s in the Columbia Basin. Cooler then as we get into Super Bowl Sunday, mostly sunny. It will be much cooler. Notice our flow coming down from the northwest. That's bringing a much colder airflow into the Wenatchee area. So for Monday, we will see a normal February day as we get past Super Bowl into Monday. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures, look at all the 30s and 40s dipping down now into the desert southwest. That means cooler temperatures for us as well. For Tuesday, cloudy skies. We will see a 30% chance of mainly late afternoon showers on Tuesday. It could be a mix of snow and rain, but very scattered, as you can see, throughout the state on Tuesday. For Wednesday, cloudy skies, and guess what? Back to the warmth. We'll see a 30% chance for rain and another ridge of high pressure up and over Washington State. We're going to get into the 50s in the Tri-Cities, back into the 40s here in the Wenatchee Valley, and the same goes for Thursday, even a little bit warmer. 30% chance of rain. You can see the shower activity here, and we will warm up nicely on Thursday. We're talking upper 40s once again, possibly to the upper 50s. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. How about that? 38 degrees for your overnight low tonight. Awfully nice. That's about our normal high temperature for this time of year. 48 tomorrow. Remember, rain is likely throughout the day. It should end about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And windy, 10 to 20 mile an hour west winds for Saturday. Big cool down then for Super Bowl Sunday. Mostly sunny and cooler. And a fair day for Monday. We'll call it fair, even though I hate that word. Mostly sunny and 37. 38 for Tuesday. A chance for some showers on Tuesday. And then once again, a big warm up as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. A chance for afternoon showers with highs then in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. Philippe Petrozev scored a career-high 31 points to lead number 2 Gonzaga to its 14th consecutive win, 87-72 over Santa Clara last night. Bulldogs remain unbeaten in West Coast Conference play and improved to 22-1 overall. It was a costly win, however. Killian Tilly went down with a sprained left ankle. Washington had just one field goal in the final 6.5 minutes, falling to Arizona 75-72 in Seattle. Raekwon Battle hit a three-pointer for the Huskies with 1:45 left to give them a short 72-70 lead. But that was the only field goal down the stretch. Jaron Lucas scored 27 points off the bench to lead Central Washington to an 84-77 win over Simon Fraser. In Spokane, on the women's side, number 12 Gonzaga beat San Diego 57-24. Jessie Loera led the Bulldogs with 14 points, while Melody Kempton added 13 off the bench. Coming up on the women's schedule tonight, Washington hosts number 6 Stanford at 7. Cal plays at Washington State tomorrow. It is number 12 Gonzaga hosting BYU at 2. Eastern welcomes Sacramento State at 2:05. Then at 5, it's Montana State Billings at Central Washington. Finally, on Sunday, number 6 Stanford travels to Washington State, while Washington hosts Cal. In the men's side of the ledger coming up tomorrow, number 2 Gonzaga plays at San Francisco at 1 o'clock. Washington State hosts Arizona at 5 on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington plays at Sacramento State at 7:05. Central Washington hosts Western at 7:15. Then at 7:30, it's Arizona State at Washington on the Pac-12 network. Well, the rival wrestling match between Eastmont and Wenatchee last night lost some of its luster with some key injuries on both sides of the mat. But that didn't stop it from being an entertaining evening as the Panthers topped the Wildcats 48-31. A lot of a total 10 pins combined on the night, starting with one right out of the gate in the first match at 182 pounds between Eastmont's Luke Harrison and Wenatchee's Orlando Rodriguez. I was joined by my dad with the play-by-play here on the NCWLIFE channel.
At Wenatchee High School under the lights here tonight. And a beautiful move. And going right to the back is Rodriguez to Harrison. Harrison with the mighty arch. And he spins. And careful.
Oh.
Beautiful move. On top by Rodriguez.
And a fantastic counter.
How about that? We've got a 2 takedown, a 3 near fall. We'll see what Luke Harrison can do from the top position. They're going to give 1 point to Rodriguez, and he just forces his way over on the 2-point reversal, going for the pin, and that's going to do it.
Well, he engineered an old-fashioned sit-out and turned in and took him.
Bronza looked maybe like he was going to go for a cradle here as he reaches back, steps through the leg, pinning possible move here, but he doesn't have the head or the shoulders. That's strength right there. 1:01 left in
he
the
reversed
round.
It to a half.
He got the half and a pin. Erdman did a good job of reaching up with that hand and fighting. And now crowding is Erdman. Oliveras getting out of sorts. A 2-point reversal. Looking for the pin. He got it. How about that?
Wow, there you go. Once again, one mistake.
Trying to get his left leg
he's
free.
got him cradled.
He got him cradled up and going to take him to his back. And a pin. How about that? Wow. Trying to work that arm is Oscar Martinez.
Yep.
Now he's got the half in, reverse the half. He's got 20 seconds left to try to pin him. And it is a pin. Again, trying to get the half in while...
Well, he's got it this time.
Holguin, yeah.
Look at this.
Flipped him over. And a pin. Wow, that's just strength. Got him cradled up. Now it's a matter of tipping him. Sticking his head in the side, walking. Turns him over, and pin.
If he'd have kept that, well, now he's got power half.
I said Scatterman, it's Gutzweiler. He's got the half, reverse. Now working chest to chest, looking for the pin of Apollo Mora. He gets it.
Aggression to the top part, but they lost control.
Here's a tip and a pin.
Wow.
Just like that.
I didn't think he could possibly get a pin out of that.
1:44 into the match.
Wenatchee locked down third place with the Big Nine in the win last night. Each team hopes to get their wrestlers back in time for districts next Friday and Saturday at Davis. Also last night, Ellensburg narrowly defeated Quincy 37-31. Toppetish remain unbeaten 59-15 over Ephrata. Chelan edged Okanagan 36-30, and the Goats slipped by Cashmere 39-36. Omak also swept Okanagan and Cashmere to win the regular season Caribou Trail League title. Only 4 contested matches last night, and the girls match between Eastmont and Wenatchee, all wins by pin, but forfeits ruled the night as the Wildcats won at 48-30. Bella Andrini and Kelsey Ibarra continued their stellar seasons for the Panthers, while Sheila Carrena surprised Michaela Cook for the Wildcats.
She's trying to watch the full Nelson. Almost there.
Ooh.
Cook is also kind of out of sorts out to the side, and there's a reversal. And a pin and move. Minute 25 left in the round. And a pin. How about that? Well, we talked it might be a mistake.
And that was a bad one.
Meanwhile, her shoulders.
I know.
She's a contortionist.
My back hurts.
Yeah. Ibarra looking for the pin here. A long way to go in round number 2, and that's going to be it. 2 minutes and 51 seconds into the match. Win by pin, Kelsey Ibarra. Again with the arm drag, and then just forcefully shoving her to her back almost here with 30 seconds left and a pin. 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the match. Win by pin for Bella Andrini.
Eastmont girls headed out to Okanagan this morning for the Invite. Also, Brewster, Cascade, Cashmere, and Chelan boys wrestling at the Okanagan Invite tomorrow morning starting at 10 o'clock. Big Nine District Bowling Championships being settled today in Yakima. Nob Hill Lane's the site for Eisenhower hosting the tournament. Cadets won the regular season title with Wenatchee second, Eastmont third. Panthers and Wildcats look to put up some good numbers. Only one team advances to the state tournament. Here's what we have on the schedule for tonight. First of all, in girls basketball, Eastmont hosts Moses Lake. Grant Olson courtside with a play-by-play. We'll have that at 6:30 here on the NCWLIFE channel. Also tonight, Wenatchee plays at Sunnyside at 5:45. The same start time for East Valley at Quincy, East Valley at Ephrata. Quincy's at Ellensburg and Cascades at Chelan. Waterford Mansfield hosts Tonasket tonight at 6. On the boys' floors tonight, Eastmont hosts East Valley at 7:15. Quincy plays at Ellensburg, while Chelan hosts Cascade at 7:15. Wenatchee travels to Sunnyside at 7:30. We'll have the Eastmont and Moses Lake boys game 8 o'clock with Grant right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Coming up tomorrow, Ephrata visits Quincy in girls basketball for the Battle of the Basin. That's at 3:30 in the afternoon. Moses Lake hosts Eisenhower at 5:45. Eastmont plays at Wenatchee at 5:45. Grant and I will be courtside with your play-by-play here. Waterville Mansfield plays at Orville at 6 o'clock. Boys basketball Saturday, Quincy hosts Ephrata at 6. Waterville Mansfield tips it up with Orville at 7:30. Moses Lake entertains Eisenhower at 7:30. We'll have that 7:30 match between Eastmont and Wenatchee right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll also be carrying the Wenatchee High School Hall of Fame induction ceremony tomorrow at 7, being enshrined former standout athletes Dylan Sugg, Isaiah Brant Sims, and former coach Jay Young. Wenatchee Wild are in Trail, BC for the British Columbia Hockey League action tonight. Pucks drops at 7 o'clock at the Cominco Arena. Wenatchee returns home tomorrow night to host Coquitlam at the Town Toyota Center. It's Guns and Hoses night, special jerseys, an auction exhibition game for the 5 o'clock between firefighters and police. Finally, Kansas City Chiefs a 1-point favorite against the 49ers in Super Bowl 54 Sunday in Miami. AFC champions and NFC champions will kick it off at 3:30 after hours and hours and hours of a pregame. It's going to be on Fox. That's Sports. Grant, back to you.
And hours and hours. Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.